obviously when cousins get together, things can get crazy.
Yeah.
And you might get one of the Lord's remixes out there.
Yeah.
Or disabled, they call out here in America.
Yeah.
Mentally disabled.
Yeah.
Autism, Amishism. I'm sure you guys are seeing it.
Well,
somebody will just raise a barn with their eyes, you know, just put a nail through a 4x4 with their sheer, just, you know, with just the blink of an eye.
Yeah, you know, I had to take a pill, just calm myself down.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah. I've popped a couple of pills just to get through a tough episode of Cops before.
Well, you know, I mean, this is true.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. When I was young, they had a kid in my neighborhood who used to make me bury his duty in his yard for him. Or I couldn't play with him. He would shit in his yard and I had to bury it. You know? And I did it, man. I just did it, man. I fucking did it, dude. His mother was a librarian. I thought she was a nice lady. And he died, actually. He drove a bass boat into an embankment in the middle of the night.
Damn. This is a guy who tracks every single shooting that occurs in Chicago by the minute, where it occurs, by race and time. I was going to
He's like the Santa of bullets or whatever. How does he get it all done? Yeah, dude. I remember when I used to go over to rich people's houses, my buddy Jeff would steal. He had a whole collection of silverware. And we were poor. So it was like everybody was rich. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We knew people, if you had a fucking front door, bro, you had a little bit of money. Yeah. You know? So like Jeff had silverware from everybody, dude. And then if I went over to rich people's houses, a lot of times I would pick my nose when they weren't looking and feed a fucking booger to their dog. You ever roll up on some people and they're just yacked out of their brain, bro? And it's that late night hour, you know, maybe there's some hookers lurking or something like, because I've been there myself. Someone's wondering I've never had it where the cops show up, you know?
Yeah, and, you know, especially in Louisiana, it's so hot and so humid.
Oh, bro, if you leave a baby in the yard for 30 minutes, bro, it'll have algae on one side of it.
Yeah.
You know, living in a bad neighborhood, not finding a job, getting beat up by a gang is not asylum. It may be a rough life. But
that's Jacksonville. So Wiggers, kind of remember them?
Oh yeah, I was one.
Yeah. Oh really?
Yeah.
Right on, dude. Yeah. Well, but they started at the mall. I feel like.
100%.
Yeah, like back in the day, I feel like if you needed a Wigger or you needed a ginger, you went to Foot Locker or Lids.
I just called out my whole life right now. I love Lids.
Oh, bro, Lids was the definite place for you to roll up and see what was kind of wiggering around the area. You know?
Oh, yeah. On Facebook Marketplace. Make $13.
Oh, yeah, dude. You could fucking sell your cousin on that bitch, boy. You know what I'm saying? If he can't read, if he's still teachable, you know, you'll fucking, somebody will buy that bitch in an hour on there. Bro. You fucking dude. You go on there and find your ex-wife on that bitch, boy.
Exactly.
You could buy used barrettes on there if you want them, bro.
Barrettes.
Yeah.
This is another woman that I gave CPR, going back to more CPR stuff, and she ended up vomiting in my mouth. So I vomited immediately when I came up off of her, on top of her. But it was just traumatic, man. The whole thing was just traumatic.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm sure she vomits into you, you vomit into her. I mean, I think that's a
honor.
Yeah, that's a wedding in some countries. I feel like, you know, I don't know what some of the rituals are, but I think if you're in like Laos or something, that you guys are hooked. You guys are hitched.
Because I remember they had like a neighbor when I was growing up that they had like a shit line and just went off into the woods. And it would and then at a certain point, I remember we ran back there. And when you're kids, you don't know, you think it's like a little river, like a little lake or something.
So gross.
And so, people are jumping around, skipping rocks off of shit. Yeah. Like just, you know, making little boats. We used to make little school boats and like push them out into like this like kind of duty canal, kind of just, you're a kid.
Don't run from the Border Patrol. They'll feed me, and I'll be back in Mexico in a couple hours, and I can start, a couple more days. And you would catch sometimes. We could talk stories here later, but
they started getting more aggressive.
They started getting more aggressive.
People started getting more aggressive.
Yes,
maybe they were listening to like Easy E or something.
It could have
Easy
been.
A.
It could have been.
Yeah, dude. One time I had to take a driver's ed or whatever, and they had the dude over there. I think the car I was in was like it was a Toyota Tercel, bro, and the trunk was missing. I remember in the dude's car. Yeah, and I remember driving that just out of sheer fear, like this guy's out of his fucking mind, And he'd pop the brake and kind of smile at me and shit. I'm like, this dude's fucking flirting with me, bro. I'm trying to learn, and this dude's trying to, touch a child or whatever. No, you were a narc?
I was in narcotics for a while. Yeah.
Dude, they would always accuse people of being narcs when I was young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I remember one time, like, we went in the woods to smoke some weed or something, and right when I went to like hit it, like I breathed out for some reason, or like kind of sneezed or like coughed, and it blew all the weed out of the bowl and just onto the ground.
Absolutely.
And people were like, "You're a fucking narc." People call me a narc. I think somebody fucking hit me in the back.
Yeah. Where does the line differ between if you're Amish and you just straight up supposed to be at the house, like using chalk and just eating butter, out of each other's hats, and then the line where you're supposed to be able to like go to public parks and go to like non-Amish events and stuff?
I know some Amish like go to like Def Leppard concerts and when they're like around my age.
And the Amish, they really feel that. You can really feel your barn raised when you hear that, huh?
Oh yeah, but like that stuff we only do in the weekends.
Hell yeah.
So
we met with him back in 2022 and showed him this is what's happening. This is what's going on. There was a lot of jaws dropping. Like, oh my gosh, didn't realize this. So they kind of knew.
But how can you not? How can you not know what's going on?
Yeah, I know.
That's why. How do you have no? Like, I don't even know what's going on, and I know what's going on.
But people get these things wrong, man. You never.
Oh yeah, you see somebody raking dirt all the time, and you usually yell a slur at him out the window if you're me.
I was 21 years old and I was making like $60,000 a year. For a 21-year-old dude, I was big pimping, dude.
Dude,
I was huge. And
I'd be shooting bullets in the air and damn catching them in my mouth, dude.
And I didn't like working easy because so many people shoot guns in the air and all kinds of stuff like that. And I remember I went on a call one time.
And a lot of it's Mexican people, I think. But I'm not saying any. And whites.
Okay. Now, in Louisiana, they know you as the coroner. Just, it's too hard to break down medical death investigator versus coroner or coroner's office.
Oh, it's too hard to break down a good oyster dressing recipe over there for somebody.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You put too much information on somebody in Louisiana, they're going to start punching.
That's right.
Is there a lot of lesbianism like in the cafeteria culture? I feel like we had a lot of female not inbreeding or whatever, but like inbreeding, I guess, basically, because it's
Let's just say there's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to say there's a little bit of everything.
Some of them, their husbands had been mean to them, and then they would fall in love after that. So it's like male-induced lesbianism.
Right, I get it, yeah.
So they're doing animal vasectomy out there on the landfill.
Anything to keep the
wow.
population down.
That fucking nut Grinch, he just rolls up on them, huh? That's fucking unreal, bro.
Yeah, man, dude's sniper deer out in the middle of the landfill and shit.
That fucking sperm Dexter, that dude's out there fucking clipping bucks.
He's probably selling it too.
Oh yeah, oh dude, yeah. Oh, deer semen, dude. I'll fucking get rid of a quart within 40 feet of my home here.
Oh,
in
damn.
Tennessee, anybody will buy that shit.
Cops are always the first on everything. Because firemen are at the station playing video games,
Yeah. Oh, they're having hot dogs, dude.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I used to date a fireman's daughter, dude. They'd invite me. Anything they were doing, all they were doing, hot dogs.
Best job ever.
Every time, dude. They're like, we're doing this big event. I get to the event, every time, it was 11 dudes sitting down eating hot dogs.
Even house fires. If there's a house fire, cops are always the first ones on it.
Dude, I'd shoot. If I saw a house fire, I'd damn shoot at it. Yeah, so take me through like an interesting call that's come in, especially down there in Louisiana. Dang, bro.
Yeah.
I knew people that could, they couldn't learn the alphabet and they took their own life, bro.
That's right.
Yeah.
Most people would call me the hardest worker they ever met.
I could see that, dude. You're like the Joe Rogan of plumbing, dude. Because Joe Rogan, I think, is the hardest worker that I know.
That guy is busy.
Dude, I think there's 9 Joe Rogans.
There has to be more than one because he's in too many places at once.
I have like kind of a daydream where he's going to bring me in a room and be like, hey, I want you to meet these other Joe Rogans. And I'm like, oh, I knew it, man.
Started in Manhattan. I did almost 2 years and then switched over to Staten Island and finished my career there. Did 18 years in Staten Island.
Damn, you did 18 years, bro. Thank you for your service, bro,
Yeah,
first of all. And you have to go to lunch, dude. What kind of lunch goes with a homicide or a burning? I'll have nuggets after a burning, but then at the same time, you still have to eat, right? But it's like, you see fucking Ronnie's having, an 8-pack of nuggets, and it's like, dude, calm down. You fucking had 4 drownings this morning, and you're out here just nuggeting up.
For some people, a ticket's a humongous ordeal.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know?
You get a ticket, dude. I remember I got 3 tickets before I even went to court for my first ticket.
I actually got my first ticket on the way to being sworn in downtown LA. It's the first time I ever drove in downtown LA. Even showed the guy the paperwork saying I'm getting sworn in. I'm one of you guys, and he still wrote me a ticket.
Dang, we got to make those quotas.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what they
yeah.
say.
Yeah, they were probably, killing the polar bears or something. You know?
Oh yeah, somebody
Igloos
comes
were
in. Yeah, they got a fucking some grainy video of a fucking rare fox doing 2 lines of fucking city ash, and they're like, we can't fucking do this shit no more.
with a sign. Stop burning your garbage.
Yeah.
Save
Like,
me.
Yeah, how did that fox even learn to write, bro? Nobody asks any questions on this bullshit anymore. Because I've always wanted to find a deceased body. I think a lot of
That's
people
a
have.
bucket list of mine. I see them every day, but I've never rolled up on one.
Yeah, huh? That is. Why is that a bucket list thing for people?
I don't know, but it happens often. I had a guy cutting the grass at a rent house and found a body.
And did he get any intel or he just got lucky?
No, he just got lucky. He was cutting grass and boom, he found that body.
It's better than some lazy dude who's doing nothing finding a body.
Right.
At least that guy's out there
Right.
doing something.
Well, when that lazy person finds a body, you got to question, how'd you find this body?
True, right.
You know?
Yeah. And my friend Chad got a job after Katrina. They were hiring anybody to be security, right? Because they needed, everything was unsecure. And he only weighed probably 95 pounds or something. He was small. I think he was like a premature baby or something. Or when he said when they gave him that billy club, it weighed him down so much.
Yeah.
Just because of how strong he was that after like a week, it had like almost dislocated his hip just walking around. So he had to quit.
And I picked this dude up.
Okay.
Probably 35 years on the job.
Oh, he's been in there, huh?
Come on, kid, you're with me. I'm like, here we go.
Right. He's suddenly setting the stone,
Yeah, he might have been one of the drivers guys where you were at.
He
with
might have
the
been one of
missing
them
trunk.
lurkers.
The way he said it kind of scared me. He was missing
I
the
bet if
trunk.
you pluck a hair out of his beard and test it for 9-year-olds, who knows what'll come back, But yeah.
Bing.
We got, I remember, meat sandwich with mustard.
Yep, I
And sometimes you got
remember that too.
extra mustard somehow.
I
For
know,
no
and
reason.
I know.
You're like, first of all, I'm a child.
I don't eat mustard.
Yeah.
The first time mustard.
Mustard is for Polish adults. Let's be honest. And then you gave me more mustard. So that would be scary. You'd always see that one kid that would end up being an alcoholic and he'd be over there just eating the mustard.
Minority chunk of these people that are probably just not doing good. We've seen that in New York City, right? Recently, the migrants that beat up the cops. I mean, those.
Yeah.
Are, I mean that we
It's
got
a
to
bunch
get
of
that.
dangerous
we
Goldilocks
we
is
gotta
up there, just running around in the house,
Yeah.
eating the honey,
Yeah.
able to shoot the bears if they come in, and it's not even their hunt. Like,
Like the coroner, a little Asian girl dressed to the nines with a little suit on.
oh, damn, boy.
Yeah, really pretty little girl. And
I died just to meet her,
yeah, you don't want to deal with the coroner, dude. Those are some.
Are they really pretty sketched out? Huh? Some damn Wednesday Addamses, huh?
Yeah. Well,
What area they live in. So I walk into the house, and this was kind of in the country. And the first thing I see is he had Mickey's Malt Liquor memorabilia everywhere. So I said, okay, I like this guy's style. He's a middle-aged guy.
Yeah, he's a Kappa Sig, probably.
Yeah.
Dude, my buddy's dad, when I was growing up, used to get on the roof sometime when he'd been drinking, and he'd let us watch him piss down the chimney, dude.
Down the chimney
Yeah.
to come inside.
And then mom, they wouldn't know. We'd sneak up, and then the mom would fucking get so mad.
Oh, yeah.
So they have compactors in the buildings that literally compact these things, and then the guys knot the ends.
Hey, could somebody have put a body in one, you think?
Oh, yeah. You could have put a body in any one of them. I ain't looking.
Yeah.
That other dude is, I'm not. I could give a damn.
Oh, that dude's selling femurs on Etsy.
Exactly.
Yep.
Half
That
price.
dude's out there. Yeah.
Yep.
That dude's out there fucking slinging shin bones on, fucking, on eBay.
so what the department does is they'll take a guy fresh out of the academy who can't wait to write some tickets, and they'll throw him on day watch. So now that guy's writing 40 tickets.
Fucking penmanship Henry out
Just-
there.
Yeah, just doing it, for everything. Yeah.
Everybody has had lunch ladies in their lives.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, a lot of children, really, it goes from like breastfed to bottle fed to being fed by a woman kind of vaguely covered in plastic,
Right.
And so
They get trick rolled.
And what's trick rolled? Is that thing where somebody sends you that video or whatever?
No, so trick rolled is when a prostitute ends up getting you in a hotel room. either drugs you or steals your money and rolls you.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was some at a sushi joint too. I'm like, damn, that shit, I like it. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, just make sure you cook it first.
Guy put a
Damn.
Coke bottle in his butt, but it was open. It was an open Coke bottle, but when he put in for the suction, when he tried to pull it out, he couldn't get it out.
Oh.
It formed a suction issue, so we had to transport this guy to the hospital to have it in the emergency room surgically removed.
Oh man, that'll make you switch to Pepsi, huh? But also, that's like that Sir Galahad or something. What's the one where they try to pull the thing out of
Yeah, Sword in the Stone.
Yeah, it's like Sword in the Stone.
Yeah.